Okay, we now have this very simple picture of a dinosaur. What I want to do is I just want to create a quick, very cute little animation, okay? It's not going to be anything special, and your character can be a lot more complicated than this, all right? But you notice when I use the white arrow, I can select different parts, different actual points of this guy, and make some adjustments, okay? And that's all I intend to do right now. I'm going to take this white arrow, I'm going to grab the tail, and I can use that to move the tail up slightly, or the tail down slightly, like this. Can move the eyes around, can do all sorts of different things. So, first thing we're going to do, save for web devices. We're going to take our little dinosaur, we're going to say save him as, it doesn't matter actually, let's save him as a JPEG. Hit save, I'm going to call him dinosaur 1. Replace, alright. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to just make a very slight adjustment in the tail so it looks like his tail is wagging like a dog. I'm going to select the eye, and I'm going to make the eye pivot just a little bit. Make this eye pivot a little bit, and I'm going to click on the mouth, and I'm going to I'm going to use the direct selection tool, the white arrow, click on the corner of the mouth, and make the mouth go up a little. Alright, now that's very subtle, you can't even see it. File, save for web and devices as a JPEG. We're going to hit save dinosaur 2. What we're doing is we're saving a series of images like we were making a flip book. Okay? And then we're going to do the same thing all over again. We're going to select the eye. I'm going to rotate it slightly more this way. I'm going to take that eye, rotate it slightly more this way. I'm going to take the direct selection tool, make the smile get a little bit bigger by grabbing those handles. You notice when you do the direct selection tools, you can play with the handles a little bit more. And I'm going to move the tail in even further. Okay, so we're going to go File, Save for Web Devices, Save, Dinosaur 3. You're going to make a series of images which have very slight motions on them. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to Photoshop, File, New, and I believe I made a document that was 400 by 400, right? I'm hoping that I'm right, with 400 by 400 pixels. Oops. Okay. And I'm going to go File, Open, and I'm going to go into my dinosaurs, and all I have to do, I think in My Pictures, there should be dinosaurs. Okay, now I have to figure out where I saved it. I do this all the time. File, Save for Web and Devices, Save, and I saved it into My Documents. So it's in My Documents. There we go. So let's go back here. I'm going to go to My Documents. And if I look, I probably should find dinosaur 1, 2, 3 real quickly. And I'm lazy, so I'm just going to drag across all 3 of them. And I'm just going to open all 3 at once. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so what am I going to do? That's one picture of the dinosaur. All right, and if I bring up, in order to make this work, I have to go Window, Show the Animation panel. And if I drag this over, I'm going to have to drag the frame panel over for you guys to see. There we go, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit clearer for you to see. Okay, so I've got this window, and I've got these 3 different windows. Now this is the guy with a full smile, so that's good. Alright, now what I want to do, I'm going to close that, and I'm actually going to go New Layer. Down here near the trash barrel, this is really getting annoying to me now. I'm going to create another layer, and on that layer, I'm going to drag the next guy. So I go to Dinosaur 2, select All, Edit, Copy. I can close it down now, and I'm going to go Edit, select that second layer, Paste. Boom, so now I have 2 dinosaurs. So if you take a look, that's one, that's the other one. That's one, that's the other one. That's one, that's the other one. Okay, now I'm going to go to dinosaur 1. I'm going to select all, edit, copy, and then hopefully I actually have the, go back to this guy here, I have another layer, edit, paste, and those are the 3 layers of my dinosaurs. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. You notice I can open and close the eyes. All right, now, the way this works is very simple. This is the least smiling dinosaur. I can create another layer, and in that layer I want to show the next most smiling dinosaur. Then I'm going to create another layer, and I'm going to show the most smiling dinosaur. All right, so if you notice there's a little bar down here that I can actually play the animation. Watch what happens when I click this. Now that's obviously very, very quick. It's like he's having a seizure. So let's pause it to 1/5 of a second. If you look, there's a draw pop-down menu. You can pause it to 1/5 of a second. Now let's see. Okay, that's actually probably a little bit too slow. We might want to go instead to 2/10 of a second. So that's going to be a little bit faster. All right. And we can just hit pause. Now, I got to be truthful with you. One of the easiest ways of making this toggle, I take this letter, I create another layer, and I'm going to show this guy. Let's see what we got. This guy. Okay, these two guys are the same, so I got to exchange this. I'm going to pull this guy over. Whoops. This guy back to the half smile, and then I'm going to just create one more layer, and I'm going to show the guy with a small smile, and there. Now it should repeat like this. Okay, so you know how you've made a nice simple animation? Now all I have to do, if I want to create a GIF that I can upload, I just go File, Save for Web and Devices. I'm going to save it as a GIF, and it's going to say somewhere over here, it's going to ask if you want it to animate, and I'm going to say forever, and it'll look like that, and I'm just going to hit no transparency, and I'm just going to go save. In my folder is dinosaur animated, and I'm going to hit save. All right, and that's basically how you do make an animated GIF. Okay, it's a very, very simple process. It's a little, actually, it used to be simpler than this, but they've improved Photoshop to make it a little more complicated. So there you go. All right, good luck working with this. We'll see what happens.